This year's overall Grand Champion Trophy is sponsored by Outlaw Hampshire, and the Reserve Grand Champion Trophy is sponsored by Law of Lands.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a big hand for Marvin Ender. He's been working hard, doing a fabulous job.
Well, let's give one now more hand. They're really a good set of kids, and they do a great sport. You can tell that they do a great job of showing their lambs and very courteous at the same time, and I appreciate that. It's been a pleasure for me, an honor, as I said earlier. It always is. If you're asked to be on the stations in a youth program, you should consider that an honor because of what that means for the program. They trust me today to line them up, and I know there's a lot of people that can evaluate livestock, and so I'm really pleased it's my turn here, and I've had a good time. It's been a great show. Y'all had a lot of quality all day long, and that's always makes it fun, but it's fun anyway when you're out here in a youth livestock program. I'm going to talk a little bit about the sheep that we got a champion reserve, I understand, select. And it's, I think you can see there's one that's a little bit different, a really good one in my opinion, but I think hopefully you can see some similarities at least what kids need. And that's all I can do today, and that's all I ever try to do. I don't complicate things, but I also try to maybe talk too much, but I try to explain why I did what I did. And so I've done that all day long, and hopefully you understand if you were third, why you were third. You might not agree with that reason, but hopefully you understand I had that reason and why I placed it. It's really important for me to have fourth place right as well as first place, and I tried to do that and explain that, and I hope you got that from today's show. When we look at the champions here, we look at here 4-H earlier today. This sheep is 161 pounds. There was a time when that wasn't considered very big at all, and then it got to be considered almost too big, and that it kind of got back in the mix, and I've never really changed myself. I think we need them to be right, and if they're useful enough, and they're right in their condition, and they got the other pieces right, what they weigh is not that big a deal to me. I think that once they got enough maturity to them to win, we're up here playing. And so this weighs 161 pounds, and I think he's fine. He's really fresh to the touch. He's got a lot of unique pieces to him, that lengthened neck, elevated front, still smooth shoulder, round body, good feet, legs, good bone work. He's got enough muscle shape. The muscle is adequate. It more than justifies what I've done here, and it balances to the skeleton. And so all those pieces made him really a good one from the start for me. I told everybody that at the time that, or not everybody, but those in the class at that time, that I think there's always something about every seat you can go up to say he's not perfect there. This is not perfect either. I like the long body, but he's almost too long for me. I like for him to be about just to kind of balancing out just a hair for me, but that's just my preference on a small thing. The big thing, I think is he got covered. He's sound, he's functional, he's got the right body shape, he's got enough muscle, and balancing is good. Our reserve is a little bit different kind, one that's probably Parker straight wise as good as anything out here in the ring. Really big in his rack, wide in his lawn, and a heavy legged man. I mean, really big type of got lots of homework underneath him. He's not quite as extended in his frame, and maybe what at times I'd like to see better in the way he handles his lawn going into his hip. The longer the young lady showed him today, the better he got. And there for a while he was overdoing it, and it made that top not as level and as deep as I like. He's fun to handle. I like to change. He just cannot going to get out beside him and pretty up. It's hard to make one in, pretty when he gets this kind of power. He's got pretend to say. He's a good one. He belongs down here in consideration. And the last two we just picked up, I think they're two of a kind in a lot of ways. I use this one to win because he just got a little more to it. I love handling this seat. He squares up with a big top that starts right out of the blade and goes right back to that hip. And he's fun to touch. He's firm and he's fresh. He's good over the rib. He's still clean in his condition. He's got enough cover to be fresh. He's got some depth to that muscle going down to the top. He's got a lot of boxes checked. I think he balances out really nice. There's been some sheep that might be a touch around the base of the rib, but I think he's more than adequate there. To get to a three-quarter view of this whole group, they all open up under their chest really nice, go to the ground the way they sit off their front feet, and they don't air up coming and going, and I like that about them. This sheep is really fun to handle, and I'm just old enough to really appreciate that still. I know maybe the handle hasn't been as emphasized as much as I do, but I think that's the icing on the cake when you get a good one and they got the right kind of shape and handle. Our reserve in that group looks a lot like this one, and he's got the same kind of shape to his hip and hind leg. He's got the same set to his shoulder. The sheep that I think pattern-wise fits really nicely. Not quite as much sheep like he's done his top as this one over here. Not quite as much rack, not quite as much power, but other than that, really close. So that's the way I feel today. It was my turn, and like I said, I really appreciate the opportunity. I want to congratulate all the young people, those that's not out here in the ring at this time, for their effort this year. And I want to also, one last time, congratulate this group, a bunch of champions out here, who named Champion Reserve.
4-H Club.